Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mensch. About a week ago, I made a video where I showed how to install Arch Linux the manual way with encryption. And during the installation process, there was two steps where I said they are difficult to do, and if you don't do these two steps properly, you won't be able to boot into your system. And I also mentioned that it's possible to fix it, but kind of hard to fix it because it's harder to take a thumb drive that has a Arch Linux ISO on it and to boot onto a system that's encrypted. So today, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get to it. Right now, I'm in my main production computer. And what I'm going to do is turn off my face and turn on my capture card that's able to record what's happening in my other computer, which is running Arch Linux with the awesome window manager. So don't go away. I'll be back. So right now I've turned on my capture card and I'm recording a real bare metal computer where I did the Arch Linux install about a week ago. So the system is running Arch Linux with the awesome window manager and it's encrypted. Now I didn't have trouble getting into this system, okay? So number one, you might want to take a look at my GitLab repository. I'm gonna open up Firefox and I already showed this in that video, but I'm gonna show it again. You might just wanna type in Linux Mensch GitLab, click on this page, and then click on, well, let's just make that a little larger. Click on Mensch right here, and then scan down to Arch, the Arch Linux folder. Click that on, and I have two sets of instructions. I have this one, base install encrypted, and base install not encrypted. So you want to click this one on, base install encrypted, and you might want to print it or bring it up on your iPad or your iPhone or another computer if possible. Probably be best if you can print it. That's it there, okay? And I already showed this in that other video, and I've showed it in several other videos, but I just thought I'd show it again. And I'm going to close that. Or, of course, you could open up a terminal, cd into Mensch, ls it, cd into Arch folder, ls it, and there's this one, base install encrypted. Base install not encrypted. This is the one you want. Base install encrypted. I'm going to vim into it and hit enter. And let's just scan down. So line 85, I said was a little bit difficult to do, but if you didn't do it right, you wouldn't be able to boot into your system. That's line 85. And then line 95 down to 105 were extremely difficult to do, especially if it was your first time. And again, I said, if you didn't do that properly, you wouldn't be able to get into your system. So I suggest printing these instructions or bringing them up on your iPhone or your iPad. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to close, well, let's just clear the screen. So like I said, this computer, my install went fine and I'm able to get into it, but we're going to pretend that I did something wrong and I'm not able to boot into the system. I'm not able to get past the grub menu. What I'm going to do is, oh, and before I do that, let's just cd out of there. Let's clear the screen. So I already have a thumb drive plugged into here with the Arch Linux ISO on it. I'm just going to do an LSBLK. So SD1 is my system. It's a 1 terabyte hard drive, a mechanical hard drive, by the way. And SDB is my thumb drive that has the Arch Linux ISO on it. And it's I think it's a 62 gig thumb drive. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in reboot. And while it's rebooting, I'm going to press F12 because I want to get into the thumb drive. I want to bring up the boot menu. And there's the boot menu. So I'm going to use my arrows to go up and down. And I'm going to highlight the USB thumb drive and hit enter. And I'm going to hit enter again. So we're booting on to the thumb drive with the Arch Linux ISO on it. And we're pretending that this install was broken and I couldn't get into it. Couldn't get past the grub menu. Now, if you can't get past the grub menu, you should still be able to boot onto the thumb drive that has the Arch Linux ISO on it. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we're on the thumb drive with the Arch Linux ISO. First thing I'm going to do is make the font bigger. Set font tier -132B. That's better. So we're going to do an LSBLK. And like I already showed you, the SDA is a terabyte. That's my main hard drive, and SDB is the thumb drive. So I'm going to clear the screen. So I'm going to type in this command, crypt setup open dev SDA2 me. Now it's going to be SDA2 because it was SDA2 was the partition that I encrypted. And me is because that's the name I gave my encrypted partition when I went through my install. Now, when I went through my install, I explained that you can name it whatever you want, but you have to remember the name. I'm going to hit enter, and hopefully I typed in the command right. So it's asking for my passphrase. And of course, you have to remember your passphrase. If you don't remember your encryption password, you'll never be able to get into it. You'll have to reformat your hard drive. I'm going to put my password in, and now it's opened. So now I'm going to do an LSBLK, and you can see, and I can't use my mouse because we're in the TTY, you can see SDA2 is called me. Right on the far left, SDA2, it has the label me, and it's also on the far right, it says it's crypt. Okay, so now we have to mount to it. So I'm going to type in this command like this, mount, leave a space, /dev/mapper/me, or whatever name you gave your encrypted partition, leave a space /mnt, and we're mounted. Now I'm also going to mount my boot partition just in case. So I'm going to type in the command, you know what, let's clear the screen. So I'm going to type it in like that, mount dev SDA1, because SDA1 is my boot partition, leave a space /mnt boot. Okay, now let's see if it works. Let's clear the screen. Let's type in LSBLK. So now we can see SDA2, which is called me, and it's my crypt drive. It's mounted to /mnt. And SDA1, which is only 1 gig because it's my boot partition, it's mounted to mnt/boot. So now we've mounted onto our system. So now we have to change root or chroot onto our system. So we've mounted onto it, but now we have to chroot onto it. So I'm going to type in this command. Okay, so I'm going to type in the command like that and hit enter. So now you can see the color has changed because now we're actually connected onto our installation. Now I'm going to clear the screen. Now, if you went through the manual install and you can't boot onto the system, you can't get past the grub menu, there could be many things that you did wrong. Okay, so I'm only guessing about the 2 obvious things that may have gone wrong and the 2 hardest things that may have gone wrong. Because if you forgot to do a handful of steps during the manual install, or if you did a handful of steps wrong, you won't be able to boot onto your system. So I'm only going to touch on the 2 obvious ones and the 2 hardest ones, okay? So we're going to vim into this file, Etsy, I don't know how to pronounce that word, mkinitcpio.conf. So now we're going to vim into this file, and I mentioned on line 55, between the words block and file, you have to type in the word encrypt. So you want to go into that file and make sure it's there, and make sure you spelled it right. Now, if that's okay, then we're going to get out of there. We're going to quit, and we're going to clear the screen. Then we're going to type in this command. And the second line from the bottom where it says dev SDA2, you should have copied that line into your grub file. So that line has to be in your grub file, but you're going to delete some of the lines, right? So you should have copied that into your file, and I showed you how to do that in my video. And I said, if you don't do it right, you won't be able to boot into your system. So now we're going to vim into Etsy default grub file. Okay. And on line 7, that's the way the line has to look. And if you watch my video on how to do this, I showed you how to carefully copy and paste a line into this file. And I showed you the things you had to delete. So yours is going to look like this, except for your UUID number is going to be different than mine. And the name of your partition is going to be different than mine because I named my partition me. And if you notice, I have me in there 3 times. I have crypt me, which is 1 word, me equals dev. And at the end of the line, I have me. So if you named your encryption partition something else, it's going to have to be crypt, whatever you named it. Whatever you named it equals dev. And at the end, whatever you named it. Okay. And it has to look like that. And if you don't do line 7 properly, and you typed it wrong, or you made a mistake, or you deleted something you shouldn't delete, or you forgot to delete some things that you should have deleted, then you're not going to be able to boot into your system. So I'm going to get out of there, and I'm going to set tier dash 122B. Okay, so that's what the line should look like. Line number 7. And let's just go back in there. Okay, so line number 7, I made it a bit smaller so you can see it all in one line, and that's the way it should look. Except the name of your partition might not be me, it might be something else, and your UID number will be different. So now I'm going to get out of there. That font tier dash 132B. Well, let's clear the screen. Let's go back into there. So you see, like SDA2, we deleted type at the end. We deleted type equals crypto lux, and we deleted the /dev/SDA2, and we added some stuff. So you have to make sure you did that line correctly. Now, the other thing is after we did that, we had to make grub. So if you did that part correctly, but you forgot to make grub, you won't be able to get into your system. And remember, in the middle, the dash O, that's a small O and it's not a 0. You know what? Let's just make it just for the sake of it. Okay. There might be some other things you did wrong during the install are stopping you from booting into the system. And it's really hard for me to know what they could be if I can't log into your computer and see your computer. But this is how you log on with a live ISO. Let's exit. Let's umount. So there's the command to really unmount. It's not unmount. There's no N in it. It's umount -r/mnt. Let's do lsplk. And now we've unmounted. And now I'm just going to reboot. And instead of pressing F12, I'm just going to go back into my system because my system wasn't damaged. I was able to get into it. My install worked. So now it's asking for my encryption password. I'm going to put that in. Now I'm going to put my username in, Mensch. I'm going to put Mensch's password in. And let's do an HTOP now. So this computer has 4 processors, 8 gigs of RAM, and no swap. And look at this, we're running at 144 megabytes of RAM. Not bad, eh? Now I'm going to type in, well, I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to type in *X. And we're going to go into the awesome window manager. And now I'm going to open up HTOP. Okay, so now that we're in the awesome window manager, we're running at 360 megabytes of RAM. Not bad, eh? And that's it. In this video, I showed you how to take a thumb drive that has an archlinux ISO on it and to mount on to an encrypted computer that's running archlinux in order to make repairs. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mensch.